Creating from the Heart, the Artistry of Living. I'm Suzy Vance, and I'm here with Britanni Blakley. So, Britanni, I met when we were in writing class together, Sand Castles writers at Lebesnick, and she sat beside me, and she was creative.
Thank you.
And your creative outlet, I've learned, is because she writes lyrics for songs. So how'd you get into lyrics?
It's honestly, okay, it's a little strange. I've written poetry since I was 12, but it wasn't until maybe 2020 that I wrote a rhyming poem. So that was my first time, and it was after a prayer, oddly enough. I was like, God, will you speak through me? Then it was the first rhyming poem I ever wrote. And then I just tried it more and more after that. But the first song I ever wrote wasn't until 2023 or 2024. Or 2022. It was 2022. And
What made that happen?
I have a sister who's a really good singer. And she was really struggling at the time in life, like with depression and like addiction and stuff like that. And I felt like she couldn't hear any of us. I felt like we would talk to her and she couldn't hear us. So the first song I ever wrote was a song it was about her. So it was a way to kind of try to speak to her.
Yes. Did it work?
Yeah, because I wrote multiple songs about her, and I would rap them to her. I would show her, and I do think it helped a lot because she's a totally different person today. I don't think it was just me. There are other elements and stuff, but yeah, that was the first song, and then I just kept doing it because I realized I could do it, and so I just
So it was
kept doing
a two-way gift.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah. It was fun. Yeah. Have you ever tried to write lyrics?
No.
No?
I haven't even really tried to write poetry. You'll have to teach me.
Yeah. I'll try.
Okay.
It's not so bad. It is difficult when you try to think it through. You can get stuck in your brain. But sometimes you'll just kind of get into a flow state and it feels like it just feels like something is just flowing out of you. It's not even yours. It feels like it came from somewhere else and now it belongs to the world.
It probably did.
Yeah, maybe.
It reminds me of Elizabeth Gilbert, who I saw in Michigan City at Sinai Forum a couple years ago, and she talked about how ideas tap you on the shoulder. They're like a non-physical entity. And then they might come back if you didn't listen the first time. You said, I'm too busy, and they tap you again.
Yeah.
And then, if you don't do something about it, they move on.
They find someone else. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, it feels like it already exists, and you just have to reach up and pull it down and bring it into the earth. It's pretty cool.
Yes. So, you're doing a lot of that? What do you do with these? Besides give them to your sister.
Yeah. So I do record. So I do have music out under the name Bloom Boyd, but it's spelled Blume. So I do have some music out there, and I'm an intern at a recording studio. And I'm an A&R intern, and a lot of A&Rs, they write songs for their
What's
clients.
A&R?
So A&R is artist and repertoire.
Okay.
So you're sort of like the liaison between an artist and their label. And you sometimes basically work a little bit like a manager. You're getting them booked, getting them interviews, helping them with marketing. You're pretty much taking an artist who doesn't know how to develop themselves. They just know how to be an artist, and you're helping them develop and putting them out into the world. And it's a lot of
giving
A&Rs.
them the perfect lyrics too while you're at it.
Yes, and you'll write some of their songs. So I think that'll come in handy too. I'm not opposed to being a performer. I think it's something that I started doing when I was young. I remember being in elementary, just signing up for school plays. It's nothing my mom made me do. It's just something I just did. I remember one time in middle school, I don't know, are you familiar with Hannah Montana?
Yes.
So I watched the Hannah Montana movie and I learned the Hoedown Throwdown, which is a dance scene from that movie. I learned it by myself, did it by myself on stage. It's a dance scene with like 50 people. And I did it by myself at the talent show. I did not win, but I did get applause, I guess. Yeah. But since I was young, I was pretty comfortable being on stages and stuff. For some reason, it was like one-on-one was hard for me. I really didn't know how to have conversations with like people, with strangers especially, until I was in college. That's when I got more comfortable with it. But on stage, I never really had a problem. So I'm not opposed to performing, but I'm not opposed to doing the business side of music either.
That's great.
Yeah.
So any of you need a little agent out there,
Yeah.
let her know. she's definitely, Brittany's definitely a good networker.
I hope so.
Yes.
I try.
Yes. So tell me about writing. What made you curious about writing? Besides writing lyrics, I mean.
Yeah. It's so weird. I feel like a lot of dark stuff has inspired me to write now that I'm like saying it out loud. But I had an aunt pass away and we were at like a wake and there was a poetry book on the wall. And so I pulled it out and I took one of the poems at the top said, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And I took that piece and I put it on a piece of paper and then I flipped through the book and I found a different piece that I liked and I put that on the paper. And I just flipped through and I just took pieces of these poems. I couldn't even name one to you today. But I made one big poem out of it and I read it at her funeral the next day. And it made a lot of people cry. And I was like, wow, I was like, this has really like touched people. I mean, it wasn't mine technically, but I saw what it could do.
Yes.
And then maybe a year or two later, I was like, I think I want to be the kind of person who writes poetry. That's just what I would hear in my head. I want to be the kind of person who writes poetry. And I started doing it. And I kept a little book. One of my siblings, it was a lot of us. My aunt passed away and we adopted her kids. So went from 6 of us to 9 of us. And so if you found a notebook and you needed a notebook, you're ripping the pages out and that's your notebook now. So they did that to me at one of my poetry books. I left it around somewhere and they ripped out the pages out. So I don't have the first one I ever did, but I do have the one that I kept from middle school to high school. I still have that one. And yeah, I just wrote poetry after that. And
you still have that one. That's great. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I feel lucky to have that one. I have an old journal from back then too. Yeah. When did you start writing? What got you into writing?
Well, I always wrote when I was a lawyer, but it was had to write, argument, all that kind of stuff. And then I joined Toastmasters in Michigan City, which is fabulous, because I wanted to find my own voice. And once I did that, then I started this, and then I started writing.
Wait, so you started the video podcast first?
Yeah.
Oh.
I started the video podcast because one of the guys who works for the organization that edits my videos did a video because he wanted to stop working in his side gig and get more business so he could quit his side job. And I saw it and I said, oh, that's really cool, but it could be more fun.
Yeah.
He said, what do you mean? So I said, why don't you have a sidekick or somebody that you can talk with? Well, he looked at me and he said, why don't you be my sidekick? And the next thing I knew, he was busy and no longer doing videos.
Oh.
And I was bereft. And the rest is history.
Okay. So, what kind of writer would you consider yourself? Like an essayist, like a personal essayist? Okay.
Yeah, and essays about observations about the world and people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Just whatever comes to my mind.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, it is. So if you could have the perfect job that would show up for you in a flash, what would that look like?
I don't know. I'm a little bit like I said, I'm open. I'm open to being a performer and performing my music. I think that would be a lot of fun, but I don't know that I'd want to do it for a long time. I just want the experiences. I want to work with the artists that I want to work with. I
Yes.
want to, go do the tour thing and stuff like that. But I don't know that I want to be like 40 years old and still going on tours. I want a family. You know what I mean? I want kids.
Yeah.
So I think it's something that I want to experience for a while, and then I might move into songwriting. I've also thought about being a professor after too, but I'm over.
What would you like to teach?
I originally went to college to become an English professor, but I got a little bit insecure about my grammar because I just felt like my grammar wasn't up to par. Because I don't know a lot of like the technicalities and stuff.
Leave the grammar to GBT.
Yeah, that's true. Now there's like Grammarly, which is like an AI that edits your papers. So I guess I could have done that, but
it's not too late.
That's true. Yeah, but I'm also open to music, being an A&R, working A&R with under a label, or even opening my own label one day. That would be the dream.
It would be the dream. Well, let's put it out there.
Yeah, amen.
Okay.
Out in the world.
What, bring whatever it is that's necessary to be an A&R.
Yeah.
An A&R again is?
Artist and repertoire.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'll learn a lot with the company I'm with now. I think I'll learn something.
Good.
So I'll be able to carry it with me, hopefully.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, it's been great talking with you.
Oh, yeah. Wait, is it done?
I don't know.
Oh.
What did you want to talk about?
Okay.
Tell me what you'd like to talk about.
So I know you worked as a lawyer. Did you always want to be a lawyer? Or
No.
No? You kind of got forced into it?
No. What happened is I was 30. And a couple of people around me were arrested for doing stuff that they really didn't do. They just were in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the law landed on them. They happened to be African American males. I was pissed. One was an alderman from Evanston, another was a news reporter, and people didn't like what they were doing, at least the police didn't, and so they arrested them. And there was a guy who I was a friend with, two people actually. One was a judge and one was a professor, and we created a group that defended both of these people, separate incidences, and they got out of trouble. And I'm looking at this thinking, I could do that. And so I decided I would go to law school anyway. And it was also an era when women decided to go to law school because they were pissed at the world. And so I did, and while I was in law school, I also happened to work for a gubernatorial candidate in Illinois, and then when the candidate became the governor, I got to be head of what was then called the Fair Employment Practices Commission, which is all the litigation about employment. And so I like to say, once I got my law license, which wasn't until I was 30, I represented husbands, wives, and children, and employers and employees, all in deep conflict. And I lasted for a while, about 20 years, and then I just really decided I didn't ever want to see the inside of a courtroom again because people were wasting a lot of money doing stupid shit. So I quit, said I would be happy to help anybody, just not going to court. If you need a lawyer, I'll help you find one. And that took me into being a life coach, which had just sort of emerged. And so I give out a lot of free advice.
Oh, for free?
No,
That's good.
happily every once in a while. But I help people navigate.
You seem like you'd be good at that. You seem well balanced.
I am good at advising other people.
What color was your hair back then? Blonde or was
Black.
It was black?
Black as
Yeah.
the ace of spades.
Oh,
Yes.
I figured you might be blonde.
No,
It's the eyes.
No. And then I inherited the white hair of my parents.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
You wear
very
it well.
much. People say to me, "Where do you get your hair dyed?" And I say to them sweetly, "This is what you get."
Yeah, because it looks like there's like different shades in there, so it looks like highlights a little bit. It looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So what was life like back then? Like, do you find that joining that group to help the African American men, do you think that, like, were there any relationships that were strained because you defended these people? Like, what did you see in your own community? You know what I mean?
In my community in Evanston, it was just at the beginning of, there were changing neighborhoods, if you will, and there was inattention that was being corrected by protests and all that kind of stuff. It was, then we headed into the civil rights era, and we had the '68 Democratic Convention. It's not, it is different. We may have had people around who were insensitive, but we had nobody in the position of president who was ignoring us or doing the trouble that we seem to be in now.
Yeah.
But I've decided that there's always something more to learn, and there's always plenty of people who need to learn it.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to change.
Yeah.
So,
even it seems like, because there's always new humans, always new people to train, but it's always, it's even people who are into their 50s, 60s, 70s who, got to learn new ways even.
That's exactly right. Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
Being 83.
Man.
Anyway.
So what is it like being a life coach? What?
Being a life coach is you have to be a really good listener. Because at least I've found that I hear things when people talk that they don't even realize they're saying. Or there's something behind what they're saying that they're not aware of. Or they're aware of, but they aren't ready for it to come out. And so if you can create a safe place where they can feel comfortable with you and trust you enough that they can say anything, then you can help them.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of help somebody untangle their mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not really therapy. And it definitely helps, I think, to have, if you will, be a woman of the world, having had a number of experiences, so that you can see what's happening.
Yeah.
And help them see what they might not be able to see.
Yeah. So what other art forms do you practice? Just writing?
No. See those?
You made those?
I made those.
Whoa.
I made these.
Wait, you made all this stuff in here?
I did.
You made all this stuff?
Not quite all of it, but most of it.
Those paintings?
The little ones, I made a couple of them.
What?
The ones on the right up above I did. The tree over there, those on those windows.
So is this fabric art? So
it's fiber, yeah.
Fiber.
It's like animal fiber.
What? How do you even find out that you can do that?
Well,
How did you even stumble upon that?
First of all, you learn how to knit because your mother taught you.
Okay.
That's how I did. At 12. And then, so you get, I mean, I couldn't stand being in college and not having I could not just listening to a professor. I mean, I had to be doing something.
Yeah, I had to
So
sketch a
it's
color.
one of those people at the back of the room that always drop their needles on the floor. Anyway, so I knit for years, and then my mother died. She was also a knitter.
Okay.
She bet that she would have more yarn when she died than I did. That is definitely not true. So when she died, I decided I'd always wanted to learn how to weave. So with some of her money, I bought that loom over there.
Oh, wow.
And I joined the Weavers Guild, and I learned how to weave.
Whoa.
I can. Some of my stuff is for sale in Beverly Shores shortly for Christmas. Anyway, then, I was going to the Weavers Guild and people were spinning. So I learned how to spin.
What?
I learned how to make my own fiber,
Oh my gosh.
my own yarn. And
Whoa.
then, after I did that, all of a sudden I decided I wanted to learn how to make felt. Making felt is taking animal fibers and rubbing it with soapy water until it wants to stick together. Like the painting over there is really hard felted. You could wear that as a piece of fabric if you wanted to. So I learned the hard felt, and then I got curious. What would happen if I didn't use so much water? So if you look at those over there, they have some felting, but they're not heavily felted.
Yeah.
And then you look at these, and there's no water in those at all. And in fact, these are fibers from a sheep, and those are milkweed pods.
Milkweed
pods. The pods that hold the seeds from the milkweed and they expand, and then the seeds come out. That's what those are.
Like a dandelion?
Yeah, kind of. So then I got into that, and then I had a friend who unfortunately moved away, who used to make her own paper. And so she and I would experiment, and we'd make paper together in her garage.
Wow.
And then I was curious about what it would be like to take the fiber from an animal and embed it in the paper. And so I made that tree over there.
Yeah.
That the way you make paper is you have what's called a decal. It's a screen, and it's so you can lift it up and the water comes out of the cotton rag slurry that you have made that makes the paper.
Yeah.
But I decided to put a design on the screen before I put the slurry on top, so I didn't know what I was going to get exactly until I turned it over.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's what all those are. And then I got really creative, and you see those two that are over there?
Yeah, those are my favorite. I'm not gonna lie.
Those are made with dryer lint.
What? No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Anyway.
Is it painted?
No.
Because some of it's dark and then some of it's like light gray.
Yeah.
You just collected it?
I did.
Whoa. Even the yellow.
Out of my dryer.
That is so cool.
Yes. Anyway.
It's very creative.
It's just like you. You get curious.
Yeah.
And you go with what you like.
Yeah, that's true. I need to get more curious because I need to learn how to do all this. And are these...
Those are ropes that are wrapped.
Ropes.
So I took cording that you can buy at the hardware store, and I wrapped yarn around it.
Oh, okay. What do you do with them? They're
What I do when I have an exhibit is maybe I'll hang one. And if I hang one, I have a sign next to it that says, mess with this, do anything you want. Take it down, put it back up.
That's fun. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you know how to sew?
I do know how to sew. At the moment, my eyes are not good enough to sew.
Okay. I've always wanted to learn how to sew. I was gonna take a class at Joann Fabrics, but they closed down.
Oh.
They closed down.
You know what you should do?
What?
You should join the quilters in Michigan City. They'll teach you.
Is it a charge to get in?
I don't know. I doubt it.
The quilters? Do they have like a Facebook page?
Maybe Michigan City Quilters.
Michigan City Quilters.
Try it.
I'll try to find them.
Yeah.
I'd love to learn. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
And when you want a felt, come on back.
Yeah. New ventures. This is a lot of artwork.
Yes.
You keep yourself busy. That's for sure.
I do.
Yeah.
It's nothing like. I can't sit and do nothing. Can you?
Well, you're lucky because you probably don't have like the social media addiction issue where like
I have an addiction about the news. So I'm like scrolling through Substack all the time.
Okay.
And then I stop myself because I say to myself, Suzy, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
What
because that kind of
matters
stuff can
is how
stress
you
you.
are in the world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and what you give to it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, TikTok will take your life. It can take 2 hours from you, 3 hours from you, 4.
No.
It's difficult, and it sucks because if you want to do music, you have to be on social media. You have to be on all the social media sites. So you have to know what trends are going on TikTok and try to jump in them, or
How long
constantly
does it
posting.
take you to figure that out? Can you give yourself a limit, like half an hour?
Yeah.
You just have to be present, right? Once in a while, so they don't think you went away.
Yeah. So if you haven't like popped off yet, then you're supposed to post almost every single day. You have to post every single day to try to gain traction in the algorithm. Otherwise, the algorithm will punish you. So like it'll push it down to where no one sees your videos. But if you post every day, they say the max, the peak is 3 times a day. People who post 3 times a day, they get the most attention, the most views. But at least once a day, or at least the same day every week, just keeping consistent, to try to catch the algorithm, so the algorithm will shoot you into people's view. But yeah, and if you don't, then it won't pick you up because you're not posting as much as they want people to be posting. So it's sick. It's a sickness. I can't lie. And I can't stand it. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse because it has made it easier. Like before, like even just the 90s, you needed like a label in order to make music. Like, cause you couldn't afford a studio. You couldn't you couldn't get the attention from anyone other than like what's local. You had to have a label in order to kind of get, viewed by the world. Now you don't. Nobody has to have a label now. That's sort of just like an embellishment. It's like a badge. Yeah, I got signed to a label, but they don't actually do anything that I can't do.
So the important thing is, the thing that makes or breaks you is,
as an artist or on social media,
being noticed, getting work, getting a job, doing what you want to be doing.
Yeah, what makes or breaks you is longevity. Like if you are actually really creative and you can maintain, that creativity and that artistry for years and keep people coming back, that's what makes or breaks you. Because a lot of people can pop off and go viral, but they don't have their art behind it. Yeah, they can't keep it going. So actually being, artistic, being an actual artistic person or good at what you do.
Like writing lyrics.
Yeah, I got a lot of practice.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're out there.
Yeah.
One will catch.
Well,
then
let's
2 or
hope.
3.
I actually just dropped the music video today, so that's
You
fun.
did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, maybe today's your day.
Yeah. Yeah. Good day. It's a good day.
Good.
Ugh.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, this was fun.
It was.
It's lovely being up here. This is very inspiring. Thanks for inviting me.
Good. We'll see you next time, Suzy Vance and Brittany.
Yes.
Bye.